Hi guys, and welcome to my 13th week update. I feel like I'm really beginning to get into the swing of pregnancy. I know that feels so weird, but before my 12th week I didn't feel like I was 100% pregnant, just because I feel like I had so much anxiety about the scan. I was so worried something was wrong, and all these thoughts go through your head and it's horrible. It is so horrible. So to have my 13 weeks, I feel like these weeks are beginning to go a little bit quicker, especially when I was counting down to my 12-week scan. The days went so slowly, whereas now, they're going a little bit quicker, which is great. And yeah, so I just wanted to update you on a few things this week. Again, not a lot. I'm going to hopefully keep this video nice and short for you, but I'm trying to keep these up weekly because I just think it'd be so cool to look back on, and I hope that they're really helping you guys too. So let's get straight into it. So I feel like I need to apologise for lighting first off. It's really weird. It's so sunny outside, and 1 minute it's really sunny and then the next minute it's really overcast. So my lighting keeps going really weird. So I apologise if it's a bit weird in this video. I just feel like trying to set this up has been the biggest pain in the ass ever. So the first thing in week 13 was that we got a letter about the Down syndrome test. So I mentioned in my 12-week update that we chose to have all the tests done because I feel like just being informed is so cool, and it's so good that you can find that out. So we got a letter through which meant that we were low risk of having any of the kind of syndromes, so Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, and there's another one I can never quite remember the name, but there's the three. We got the results and all is good, which is so reassuring. That was the only other thing I was a little bit worried for. However, since then my headaches have worsened and they're so much more persistent. I think combined with hay fever, I'd get hay fever normally, really bad. My eyes start to well up, I say that I get leaky eyes, but they just start crying for no reason. It's so weird. So I feel like it's to do with that. My headaches are kind of connected to my hay fever, but pregnancy is making them so much worse than they were before. So I'm trying to be as mindful as I can about my headaches. Obviously I can't take any ibuprofen. Any tablets that I have taken so far have been okay to take, but I'm really not trying to take things as much as possible because I'm trying to ride them out as much as possible, because I don't want my body to get used to having them, because I feel like you then notice a difference if you then actually need them and your body's not as effective to them. So I just thought I'd mention my headaches. It's definitely a symptom. So I thought I'd just share that. I don't know if anyone else suffers from really bad headaches when pregnant, but I just cannot wait for them to stop. I'm hoping that they'll stop soon, but not quite yet, which is really annoying. It's also official that I have my first craving, which is quite cool. Although I guess it's to be expected this time of year, but I've just been craving them non-stop. I cannot think about having ice lollies more and more. I love having ice lollies. They're so refreshing, and even if when I drink water or juice or anything like that, it has to be ice cold. I've bought a bag of ice so I can make my drinks as cold as possible, and I think having things that are ice cold is just so good. So I've been loving them, but it's definitely a craving because I get back from work and I have one, I'm in the bath and I want to have another one, and it's just one of those things that I'm on, it's constantly in my mind. And when I go to Tesco to do a food shop, I clock the ice lolly aisle and I'm oh yeah, get them, oh get them. Now I never used to buy ice lollies, so that's definitely a craving, and one that I'm really enjoying as well at the moment, because I guess you could have much more unhealthy cravings, so I'm quite pleased about that. I also went to an engagement party this week, and my god, I don't normally drink that much, if at all that often, because I just feel like I don't really go out, I don't really enjoy that. I used to, and I feel like I've overridden that phase now. But being at an engagement party for my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, literally we were everyone's drinking Prosecco and wine, and I was just sat there with a Sprite, and it just was not the same. So it's definitely the first time that I've missed being able to drink, and I know everyone probably has that, especially in the summer. Having refreshing alcoholic drinks is just part of being in the summer. But yeah, I found that was really annoying, and I really missed it, and I was I could smell the Prosecco and I was oh my god, I want some so bad. But I resisted and then managed to drive everyone home because everyone else had drinks everyone, like my family that came, and Rich as well, I kind of dropped them home because everyone had had a bit to drink and couldn't drive. So I'm always like designated driver, which is like so annoying. But yeah, I really wish I could have had some Prosecco. I know like I don't mind, but in that moment I was just like, oh, I wish I could have some so bad. So that happened this week. And I mentioned in a previous video that I had a consultant appointment because my iron levels were really low. Well, that's what I was told anyway. I was told that my iron's really low. I'm being referred to a consultant because with iron levels that low, like, it's good to be monitored and to have more of a consultant-led kind of pregnancy. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Obviously, I want to make sure that I'm in the best health for the baby. I got there. First of all, I had to literally wait for like over an hour. It was like ridiculous. It was a day that I was at work, so I was going to work later, they knew that, but like the fact I had to wait for that long, like, it's so annoying because I think like I have to make the time up at work, and it's just like a real pain because you just think, this isn't my fault. Like, I just wish that they could have just seen me like when they said they're gonna see me. So that happened, and when I went in there, he basically said it wasn't because of my iron levels, that my platelet, or I'm not even sure how you say it, but it's basically the thing that makes your blood clot. My count was low, so the midwife said. So it should be between 150 and 400. However, mine was at 147, so just below normal. However, when I went in there and he explained kind of why I was referred, because he asked me why I thought I was referred, and I explained what the midwife had told me, and he said, oh, that's actually not the case. And I was like, oh my god, this is so annoying. So he explained it, and I was like, okay, like, I was obviously worried because I thought I knew the problem and I went in there for something else. But he basically said, I don't actually know why you're referred because your count is 147, should be 150, so that's only minor. However, like, your blood kind of dilutes a little bit when you're pregnant, and your normal count and your pregnant count is, like, your pregnant count is always lower than your normal count. So being just slightly lower than normal is not a problem. If you were to dip under like 100 or something, then obviously you would need like consultant kind of a led pregnancy. But with the number it is now, like, I don't know why you've been referred. And I was just sat there like, I've been waiting over an hour for someone to tell me that, like, I shouldn't have been referred in the first place. And it's really annoying because, again, I don't know if you watched my previous videos where I said I was passed on from the midwife to a blood test. I went to the doctor, had a blood test, and they said, oh, why are you here? And I was like, oh, the midwife told me I need to make a blood appointment to count whatever. And they were like, oh, okay, well, she's not told us, so we're not too sure what's happened there. And it's just making me like feel really annoyed because I'm not kept in the loop, and I feel like people don't necessarily communicate as well as I would like them to. And whilst the things I've gone through is only minor, like, not having to have been like admitted to the consultant would have been ideal because it wasn't a problem. I didn't need the additional blood test because they never knew what they were for, and it was just really, really annoying. And I felt like the consultant part was just a huge waste of time, and yeah, that was really disheartening. It was really annoying, and I then got to work obviously really late, and I was just like so annoyed because I just thought, I just wish people would communicate. Like, in my job, if I don't communicate well with my colleagues, then we are like penalised or things could go wrong, and that's our responsibility. So I just find it so frustrating when I'm in a situation where people don't communicate, especially for something like this. Like, I've never gone through pregnancy before. I don't know what is common for me. I don't know what is normal, what is not. And yeah, really, really frustrating. So I just thought I'd share that experience because, yeah, I just didn't know how to feel. Like, I just felt really let down a little bit. And of course, like, I'm happy to have gone because I'd rather have been safe than sorry. And if she felt like there was a problem and I needed to go, then fine. But I was told one thing and I actually went for another. And yeah, I don't know. It was just like really annoying. But a good side of that appointment was that I got to make my 20-week scan. So I booked that in for the 20th of July, which is so exciting. We're gonna find out the gender, but we're actually gonna ask them to write it down in an envelope, and then we're doing like a gender reveal, which I'm really excited for. But it just doesn't feel real. Like, at the end of July, I'll be halfway through my pregnancy. It's so strange to think, and like, I certainly don't feel pregnant. I'm beginning to look it. I feel like today especially, I'm looking quite, I don't know, I guess pregnant, but I just feel like I look a little bit kind of podgier than I did before. So I'll show you what it looks like with this dress, because this dress, honestly, like, I need to be a bit more careful about what I wear. I'm not sure if you can see that there, but that bump is definitely beginning to like pop. And I think you can tell more so here, definitely towards the bottom, I've like began to grow, which is really weird, and it feels weird too. I don't know, so weird. So that's pretty much it for my 13th week update. Give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and let me know how far along you are in your pregnancy. It's so weird, and I really hope that the next couple of weeks like go really quickly, because obviously I just really want to go to another scan. I want to make sure everything's okay, and yeah, I'm really excited to actually just grow. Like, I'm really excited to have like a pregnant belly, and because obviously now everyone knows, I don't feel bad for like looking a little bit like before, when I felt like I looked minorly pregnant or extremely bloated. I feel like people would notice that and like maybe say something. But now I know that people know that I'm pregnant. If I'm beginning to look a little bit more bloated, people will just be like, oh, she's pregnant. So that's a little bit better, and it makes me feel more comfortable as well, like when I'm at work or in just like any kind of social situation. So yeah, that's kind of it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.